Here is everything that happened in season 2, episode 2 of And Just Like That. And I know I'm late on this, but guys, I'm just not super excited about this show, so I've been putting this video off, but let's get into it. The show starts with Carrie doing a podcast ad about her lady parts, and it's awkward. Carrie doesn't feel comfortable talking about this, and she doesn't like the script. Chloe, who I think is like one of the producers, is telling Carrie to rewrite it and do it like she's talking to one of her friends so it's not as awkward. Seema is telling her hairstylist about why she dumped her ex. He tells her that her standards are too high and that's why she's alone. Seema gets pissed and she tells him, I pay you to blow me, not to treat me. So she leaves. So then Seema is venting to Carrie about it. Carrie is venting about her podcast. So Seema goes to someone else to get a blowout, but they botched her hair. So she's like, no, I need to go back to my OG hairdresser. She goes back to him and apologizes for being too sensitive. Meanwhile, Franklin and Carrie are still hooking up. So they hook up and then he's trying to inspire her and help her with her ad script that she does not want to do. Unfortunately, Carrie couldn't get the script right and her show got canceled. Chloe tells Carrie that it's canceled because she couldn't get the ad script right and the studio got sold. So she tells Franklin that they can sell her podcast to another studio, but he's like, it's probably not gonna work. He also ends things with her because he wants more than a hookup and she just can't offer that right now, but it ends on good terms. Moving on to Shay and Miranda, they are trying to get it on, but there are so many distractions. Shay's work keeps getting in the way and Miranda has nothing else to do. Miranda is at another one of Shay's shows and Shay introduces Tony Danza, who plays their dad in an upcoming movie. After the show, Shay introduces Miranda to Tony, and Tony says to Miranda and Shay that they should all get dinner sometime soon. Miranda goes to AA where she meets a girl named Allie who invited her to a beach cleanup, and like I said, Miranda has nothing to do, so she agrees to go. While she's at the beach cleanup, Naya calls Miranda to vent about Andre Rashad. Miranda talks to her for a little bit, but then all the beach cleanup people are looking at her like, get off your phone, so she does. But then Miranda loses her phone at the beach, so she asks some random guys if she can call Shay. Also, while this is happening, Hotel California is playing, which is pretty symbolic if you ask me. Miranda doesn't have Shay's number memorized, so she has to call Carrie to get Shay's number. Shay is freaking out because they have dinner planned with Tony Danza in like an hour. There's not enough time to pick up Miranda from the beach and still make it to dinner. But then Shay says, I have someone who's gonna come pick you up, don't worry. That someone ends up being Lyle, who is Shay's ex-husband, although they're technically still married on paper, and Miranda didn't even know that Shay had an ex-husband. Meanwhile, at the dinner, Tony Danza tells Shay that he's excited for the project, but he can't play a Mexican on TV because he's already getting pushback from his fans. He says, I've come too far to get canceled now, and Shay is like, I'm Mexican, I don't want to play Italian. Shay leaves the meeting not feeling great, and go to part 2 to find out what happens next.